Assalamu alaikum. Dear student, yesterday we have studied about, or in the previous lecture we have studied about the human respiratory system, that how organ play a role in the human respiratory system, or what are the organs which playing a role, or which making the human respiratory system. And human respiratory system, we studied different part and their function which playing a role during respiration, in which the first one in nasal cavity, then pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi or bronchioles and alveoli. Now we will discuss the topic number 14.28, chapter number 14, which is the first chapter of secondary biology course. So coming toward today's topic, lungs. As we discussed earlier, the different part of lungs, that lungs consist of that and that organ. Lung is a human respiratory organ. Lungs are 2 in number. 2 in number, found in the chest cavity. Or thoracic cavity. The space which are present in the thoracic region, which are present in the ribs cage, which are present in the chest, where lungs are located, is known as thoracic cavity. So 2 in number of lungs is found inside a human. They perform respiratory function. All the gaseous exchange occur, as we studied earlier, that all the gaseous exchange occur inside the lungs, or respiratory process, exhaling and inhaling process occur by through these lungs. Gas go inside into the lungs and go outside from the lungs. There is a variability in both lungs. Not the both lungs, right lungs and left lungs are similar in size, but the right lung consists of constitute 56% of the thoracic cavity. It constitutes in area or thoracic cavity about 56%, which is greater than the left one lungs. Why this discrimination, or why this difference is present between their structure or between their size? This is due to the locality of heart, due to the asymmetrical structure, or due to the asymmetrical structure of heart. Asymmetrical position of heart. The left lung size is smaller than, or left lungs occupy smaller area than the right one. So this is about the lungs, that these are 2 in number. They are found in the chest cavity and thoracic cavity, and they are not similar in size, because the right lungs constitute or occupy 56% of space of the chest cavity, while the left one is smaller in size due to the asymmetrical position of the heart and inside the chest cavity. So this is about the lungs, that they are found inside the chest cavity. Their position is that the thoracic, the 2 lung rest in their bases of diaphragm, means their bases are toward the diaphragm. Their end point will be towards the diaphragm, while their upper region of the lungs is above the first one, or above the first pair of ribs. Their last edges, or their apex or lower dorsal apex, is attached or towards the diaphragm, is beside with the diaphragm, while the upper part of the lungs is about the first pair of the ribs. So this is about the lungs locality, or number of lungs, and where they are located inside a human being, where and what is their function, which we have studied earlier. in previous lecture. So these are all about the lungs. Coming towards their external structure, lungs is protected by, or they are coming towards their outer layer or protection. That what is the thing, or what kind of thing protected these lungs from injury or from other factor. So there is a tough membrane above the lungs. Each lungs or pair of lungs, there is a tough membrane present, which is known as, this membrane is known as pleura. The membrane which is found above lungs, which function is to protect the lungs from injury and from collapsing or from attaching with the wall of the ribs or with one another. Pleura play important role of protection. So the outer membrane of lungs is known as pleura, which play important role in their protection. It consists of, pleura consists of two tough, flexible, transparent pleural membrane. It consists of two pleural. The pleura, it is a portion or it is a part which it is a membrane, it is a shed which are present above the, or it is a membrane which are present above the lungs. Now furtherly, the pleura consists of two flexible and transparent pleural membrane. The two flexible and transparent pleural membrane, this flexible or transparent pleural membrane make the pleura is a tough, elastic in nature. Due to this, that gave protection to the lungs. So pleural membrane play a part of to protect the lungs, stop them leaking air into the thoracic cavity, and reduce friction between the lungs and wall of the thoracic cavity. What is the function? The main is, I taught earlier to you people, that pleura play a role in a protection. Pleura play a role in a protection from injury, to protect the lungs from injury, as well as in contact or to attach with the thoracic cavity or thoracic wall, with the ribs wall, with the ribs. So these are the function, and it is about the lungs, that they are two in number, where they are found, what is their size, and what and how they are protected, or how they can be protected from the injury. Now coming towards another topic. Our next topic is lungs volume and capacity. Lungs volume and capacity. Lungs volume and capacity, it means that what is the actual lungs volume, that what is the capacity, what is actual volume of lung, and what is the capability of lungs, that how much it keeps or how much its capacity to keep air which we inhale during inspiration, or which we inhale during inhaling process, during respiration. So first of all, what will be the lung volume? The total lung volume, or the average adult human has capacity of approximately 5 liters. Total adult volume, adult lung volume or lung capacity is 5 liters. Now it is a total volume, or it is a total approximate 5 liters, but a small amount of capacity is used during breathing process. Now when we inhale or when we inhale gases during respiration, the total volume or the total lungs volume capacity, the total 5 liter of gases, 5 liter of gases can be stored inside the lungs, but in these 5 liter, the capacity is that how much capacity of volume can be stored inside the lungs during respiration or during breathing process. So this volume or that small amount of capacity is used during breathing. So there are two types of volume. One is before breathing or after breathing, or after the storage or after exhalation. So the two terminology is used for them. One is tidal volume, another one is residual volume. One is tidal volume and another one is residual volume. The tidal volume is the volume of air exchange during one breath in and out and quiet breathing. What will be the tidal volume? Tidal volume is a volume of gases when we inhale one time. Just like I am taking breathing, I inhale air inside and exhale outside. Now during that time, the total volume of the air which come inside in my lungs and going out from my lungs, that volume is known as, or the time or the volume of the gases, volume of the air which I have taken from the environment by through a breathing process, that volume is known as a tidal volume, and this is about 500 ml. During each breathing process, when I inhale air inside and exhale them to outside from the body, during that volume is known as, or the volume during that time exhaling and inhaling, that is known as tidal volume, which is 500 ml, while the second one is residual volume. Residual volume is the volume remaining in the lung even after forcible expiration. It is a remaining volume of gases which remain in the lung even after forcible expiration, and this is about 1.5 liter. So tidal volume, what is the tidal volume? Tidal volume is the total volume during expiration and inspiration, the total volume of gases when we inhale gases inside and exhale them outside. Now during that time, the volume of the gases is known as the tidal volume. That time the volume of gases is known as tidal volume, which is 500 ml, while residual volume is the volume which after expiration, after forcible expiration, when we forcibly expel out the gases, just like that, when we exhale the gases outside from our body. Now during that time, the remaining gases or the remaining volume which remain inside the lungs will be 1.5 liter, and that remaining gases or in that remaining volume is known as residual volume. So that is about the lung and capacity. The lung volume and capacity, total lung volume is 5 liter, but during expiration and inspiration, or during taking air from the environment and exhaling out from the body, during that two type of volume, or lungs constitute of two type of volume of gases. One is tidal volume and another one is residual volume. Tidal volume is that volume, the volume of gases during inhaling and exhaling process, the total air we enter in our body and out from our body, that will be 500 ml, while the volume will be 500 ml, while residual volume is the total volume which remain after forcible expiration. When we expire out, when we exhale out the gases from our body or from our respiratory system or through our respiratory system, the remaining gas inside the lungs or the remaining volume of gases inside the lung will be 1.5 liter. So these are all about the lungs volume and capacity. Before that we study about the lungs, that lungs consist of there are two lungs in human being, and they are found inside of the thoracic cavity, and their size will be different due to the heart locality or due to the heart asymmetrical locality on the left side. This is why the right one will constitute 56% of the area of the thoracic cavity, and they are protected by a pleural membrane, and they are protected by a pleura. Pleura consists of two flexible and transparent membrane which form the structure of pleura. The function of pleura is that it will protect the lung, and there is one another thing, that between or inside the alveoli within the lungs there is a chemical present which is known as surfactant. These are just like detergent chemical, or which we using washing powder, just like that they act as a detergent. These are the chemical or detergent chemical which are found inside or which are found on the wall of the alveoli. The function of this is that it protect the alveoli for pinching one, or from pinching and from attachment with one another. So these chemicals are known as surfactant. What will be those chemical, or what are the chemical which are found on the top of the, or which are found on the wall of the alveoli? These chemical are known as surfactant, and the function of these surfactant is, or detergent chemical. These are found in the wall of the alveoli. The function of this is to protect the alveoli from pinching and from attaching with one another, or from attaching with the wall of other alveoli, to pinch with one another, to stick with one another. So these are all about the lung volume and lung capacity, and that how much capacity of lung is, how much gases it can carry out. So these are all about the lungs and their lung volume and capacity. So in further lecture we will study about the control of breathing, control breathing, voluntary, either respiratory system or respiration is voluntary or involuntary, and which part of the brain control the respiratory system, or the voluntary control of respiration and involuntary control of respiration. Thank you.